It's the Solar One Sci-Fi Podcast.
Hello and welcome to episode 139 of the Solar One Sci-Fi Podcast. I'm Michael Ball, aka Co-Cloud on YouTube. I'm joined once again by the demigod of science fiction knowledge, by the gods of science fiction. It's Martin Fowler. Hello, Martin.
Oh, thank you very much. That was a straight sort of
I didn't want to ramble too much this week.
Right then, well, let's get on.
Sometimes I ramble, and my phone's going now, and I'm sorry, but I'm not here. Sorry, I can't answer it. I'm on a podcast. Sorry, fuck it. I'm not answering it. I'm not here. Right. Sorry, it's a work thing. They want me to get me back for something, but I can't answer it. I'm sorry. Give me a second to stop ringing. I'm not answering it. I'm sorry. It's too late. They're fucked up. I can't answer it. I'm sorry. Right. Shut up, Ben. Right. Oh God, what a blooper! Can you tell we're doing this at lunchtime? Well, I've not eaten since yesterday, and it's all kicking off now, and I've got something to do at work. They want to call me back to something. Well, I'm sorry, but I've done my job. I'm just and they're fucked up, so they can fuck up. Okay, so this week, God, this is the most unprofessional start we've ever done. So I apologise. Children of the Stones is what we're going to be reviewing this week.
Can I just say, if you don't mind, can I just say, I've entered my horror film, which I can't put on YouTube because I would show you it, but I've now entered it into 26 film festivals.
Oh wow!
Is that it?
No, sorry, my phone's ringing again. My phone's ringing again. That's right. I
went on to make a massive announcement about it, and I got that.
I know. Let me just put the phone outside. Sorry, I'm out.
Well, we're going to be talking about Children of the Stones today. Obviously, a lot of Star Trek news. We've got the big final of Picard coming up tomorrow, and the Mando
this podcast because they're going to call me up. They want me to come back because they're fucked up with their job. Look, if they don't ring again, sorry. It's just that what's happened is I do some work and they want me to come back and pick something up because they're fucked up, and I can't make it. I'm sorry. Sometimes I'm not available, and I just say I'm sorry, but I'll just.
Well, if you want to go off.
No, I don't want to go off. I want to do. This is the only slot we've got this week. We've got the big one next week with Star Trek Picard. We've made a slot for now, and I'm sorry, but this is not my fault. I can't help it. They're fucked up. So I'm sorry. Oh, so sorry.
Can I make my big announcement?
Right,
now?
I'm all ears. Go on.
Oh, I don't know now. You destroyed me, Mum.
I know, it's not me, it's work. I'm really sorry. Carry on what you're going to say.
Well, my horror film, which I made, which I did.
Oh, yeah?
I've entered it into 26 film festivals.
Oh, really? What? That's a lot.
Yeah, no, yesterday I spent the whole day. So from here to America, and they're all like little amateur film festivals, but it's out there now. I can't put it on YouTube because they won't allow it because they want to see it first. But I will send you a copy in the next few days if you want to watch it.
Okay.
That's it. It don't matter. My life's insignificant.
No, what's it? No. What's it all about? Tell us about it. Give us some more information.
Well, it's a horror movie about this woman that kills men. And
why does she kill men? Is she a man-hater?
Well, no, she's not a man-hater. She's like a trapped spirit, and she has a history. Yeah, it's very good. I've learned quite a lot making this.
Really?
Do you know what I mean? Yes, I have.
So was
anyway, it don't matter about me.
No. As a co-host, I'm interested. So, is this something you did with a team of people, or did you do it all yourself? How did you get involved with it?
Well, I wrote and directed it myself, but I've got two friends who were actors, and they came round to do it with me. So, and they added some ideas, which I'm quite impressed with. So, and it's come out, and it's been received quite well so far on the amateur sort of circuit, you know. So I'm quite happy about that. So I'm going to draft a sequel, I think. That's it. So let's get on with the podcast.
Just before we do that, I was going to say, if you want at some point, we could even do an episode maybe focusing a bit more about it, maybe getting your co-hosts involved, having a proper discussion about it.
Could do if you want. I mean, we can get them on, yeah.
Yeah, all right. Let's see how it
alright.
goes. But
That sounds good.
I'm always
yeah.
interested in your stuff, and maybe no, seriously, and then even you can even provide a few clips and stuff, and we can actually put
Yes,
them in.
I will do. Yes.
All right. I digress.
Right.
All right.
Even though you destroyed my life less than a minute ago, it does. I've forgiven you, and I will.
Fucking phone was going. The fucking phone was going, and I'm worried about work now. But they can go fuck themselves. I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm sorry.
Right.
They fucked up, so it's not my problem. Right. So, do we want to go into the focus of the week, or do we want to talk about all the latest Star Trek news?
Can I just say you don't look like a politician this week?
Is that because I'm wearing a t-shirt, an old t-shirt? Is that what
Yeah,
my
you
hair,
look like
I love my haircut as well.
You actually look like a football presenter on the BBC.
Oh fucking hell! I'd rather be a politician, man.
At least
Next week I'm gonna wear a shirt.
It put a smile on your face, didn't it? It put a smile on your face.
Oh god, like a grandstand or one of those shows.
Oh, fucking grandstand. I'll cue the music.
What? All right. If I remember, it's in the background for a second, but not for long. Till we get on.
Right, let's go.
All right. So,
Yep.
what did you think of Star Trek Picard episode 9, season 3?
Absolutely. I had to tear down my eyes.
No, me too. I teared up.
I would
literally.
cry, honestly, mate.
I teared up.
Well,
I was felt so
like at the
embarrassed.
end of it. When I saw that ship and that bridge, it was like my friends had truly come home.
Yeah, my daughter laughed at me when I teared up. I did laugh. I just it really hit me hard.
Did you like watch it as a family next?
Yeah,
three
of us.
all
three
right,
of us.
okay.
Yeah. This is why I had to
Right.
wait to watch it because you saw it before me.
Yeah, I did.
Wait for me
Yeah,
to get home, and I was I was a bit of a wreck at the end of it. I mean, I'd never thought we'd see anything like this. This series has surpassed any of my expectations. It is the gold standard of Star Trek in more than 20 years. It's just done everything I've ever wanted. I can't be happier than what they've done.
I mean, to be honest, they could just bring next gen back.
I know, but they built the bridge for crying out loud. They designed the bridge, and oh my god, how fantastic was the bridge! It was exactly perfect.
What? Yeah, no, it was. It was. What did you think of the baddie? What did you think? Obviously, I will apologise. I was hoping it was going to be the par race. Actually, but I did suspect it was the Borg.
I can see
in the
why they went there. I mean, the Borg have been really the biggest the Next Generation protagonist and Voyager protagonist, actually.
Yes. Yes.
So, I think the only disservice is that they were featured in the series season 1 and 2 to a much less degree and a much less faithfully degree. Alice Krieg's back as the voice of the Borg Queen. We didn't see her face. Apparently, we will see the Borg Queen's face next week. Apparently, she's very badly damaged or something. We are going to see something to do with the Borg Queen more visually. But I just thought the whole thing. What's so funny about it is that Patrick Stewart said, "If I've got to come back, I'm not wearing the uniform. I'm not being back on the bridge. I'm not going to be with the rest of the crew. I wanted just to be Picard." And slowly, over 2 seasons, they managed to change his mind. And this is really now like the Next Generation season 8 in many ways. It is the missing.
It's the end of season, isn't it? It's the
proper ending, which we
wanted.
After what's it called? Not Interruption. What's the last one?
The two-parter. I forgot what it were called now.
What was the last Next Generation movie? Can't think what it's called. Nemesis.
Oh, Nemesis. Yeah. Nemesis. Yeah.
That never had a proper ending.
And that was fucking terrible, wasn't it?
I didn't mind Nemesis.
It was all right, wasn't it? I mean, it was a bit of a lame story, that was, wasn't it? The clone of Picard, I mean, come on.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
to answer the question, I thought that so far, we've got one more episode.
No, it's fine.
I can't see it going wrong.
Tomorrow,
one more episode. That's what I'm saying. One more to go. It's very strange to be ending. I do know that at the end of tomorrow's episode, there's going to be an extra scene in the post credits, like that Marvel does that in the movies, where you get an extra scene. Apparently, the Next Generation is going to have some extra scene at the end. Whether that's going to be to announce a new Star Trek series, I don't know. But it's all been going off. They've announced another Star Trek. Did we know about Starfleet last week? I think did we talk about that last week? I can't remember.
That can't be all fleet, because apparently there's about 20,000 ships. That
Yeah.
can't be the whole fleet.
No,
I
it's
mean,
not.
a big chunk
It's
of
not.
No, it's what I thought.
But I mean, I just thought it was very good. I mean,
Well, Shelby didn't last long, did she?
I didn't recognise her.
No, I didn't. I thought it's that Shelby.
No, I didn't recognise her until afterwards. They even said Shelby, but I think
Yeah.
it was the actress's hair was very different because I've seen her in an interview and she looked more like Shelby that I'm familiar with, but I just didn't recognise her, so it wasn't so poignant when she got killed off in about 2 minutes.
I mean, they've killed them all off in this series, haven't they?
Yeah.
You know, the old classics that have appeared over the years. I mean, they got rid of Ro, which I was gutted. Got rid of Shelby, she was only in it for 60 seconds. I did like the plot. I thought the plot was very clever.
Yeah.
I think they have dragged it out. I mean, we did get the filler episode, but when we got, I mean, they were straight into what was behind the door straight away. They didn't have us hanging on, and I was very impressed with that. And it's great. Now, my issue is, so we've got the Jurati Borg, who are like this new type now.
You're not going to see them. You're not going to see that storyline's closed. No, I don't think so. That's closed. That's a subsect of the Borg. You won't see them again. I don't think so. I might be wrong. I might be wrong, but I don't.
Well, we don't know. Apparently, we're in for some real shockaroonies tomorrow. I've seen trailer. You know, I mean, there's going to be resolution here, isn't there? There's going to be massive I mean, there's going to be all kinds of stuff tomorrow. But with this, like the whole Borg plot, this must be like because Janeway wiped them out with that virus. So when the son of, is it Jack Crusher?
Yeah.
When he went in that cube, the node where they all exist, like the central hub. It looks a bit knackered, didn't it?
I think, from what I understand, the Borg is still recovering from the last episode of Voyager.
Voyager, that's
and this is the proper Borg and just how damaged they were at the end of Endgame. That's what this is all about. That's why.
Yeah, and so this is like the backup plot from when they had him, wasn't it?
Yeah, basically.
You know, so interesting. I like how they've come at this in a different way. Very clever how it connects to Best of Both Worlds as well.
Oh, it's wonderful because I mean the things I like with regard to when you always watch the Next Generation now differently. First of all, you watch the Best of Both Worlds, you know what happens to Shelby in the future. But the most intelligent perspective is now that the Irumodic syndrome. Actually, we might have talked about this last week. Is which is featured in the very last episode of the Next Generation. Is we know what it is now. It's not Irumodic syndrome. It's a Borg kind of biological implant. So it gives a different twist with the Next Generation, and also Generations now. You know, the Enterprise D, the saucer, has been recovered. It's been plonked on the USS Syracuse, so it's got a different secondary hull, and you can see the difference in colour where the top of the saucer is still slightly burnt from the friction. It's awesome.
Well, they had to take the saucer off Viridian Frame because of the
Prime Directive, and they were too near. And it's such a clever idea. So they left it initially, and then they obviously realised that the culture, which is nearby, Viridian 4, could well discover it. So they had to go back and take it. Oh, I mean, honestly, Terry Matalas, the way he thought this all through, it's so well written. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's really up there. Really up there.
Oh yeah, totally agree.
You know what I mean?
I was honestly, when it finished, I just wanted. I thought, God, I've got to wait another week for this.
Yeah.
To get a full, get a full resolution. But I'm going to be binge watching it over the weekend.
I'm gonna rewatch. Once I've seen the last episode, I've got to watch the whole thing again. It's just so good. It's just so good, and I'm going to. You'll see it when you see it all together. It's going to be like so different. I know, because when you watch it again with realising how it goes. So thoughts about the last episode. Where do you think it's going to go? How do you think it's going to be resolved?
Well, obviously, Borg Queen's going to get it.
I think this
Obviously.
really is the end of the board. Maybe this may be the last.
It could be. Well, I'm not writing off the Jurati Borg either just yet.
Yeah, you might be right. I don't think it will be. But
I think
it could be.
if I've heard rumours that there's somebody going to be turning up.
There always is.
Well, I've heard rumour. No, I'm not on about. Well, you've been bloody wrong on that, haven't you?
Oh,
So,
look, I know. Shelby,
Right.
I know Harry Kim.
I think we might see Genoa tomorrow.
I think we're going to see. I know we're going to see Tuvok.
I think we're going to see Genoa. I don't know. I've got a feeling they're going to pull something out of the bag where we're going. It's not going to be like Doctor Who when you kick it table up. It's not going to be that much. You're going to get the reverse of that. You're going to be stood up at the end of your chair going, yeah. You know what I mean? I mean, but there is also the factor that could fuck it all up in final episode.
I don't think they will.
We're that close now, my friend.
I don't think they will. I am very optimistic. I'm not cautiously optimistic. I'm optimistic.
It's been a good start and a terrible fucking
Come on,
plot.
9 episodes in with this quality.
Not this. I'm on about all the other stuff. It starts well but ends badly. But this so far, we're 9 episodes in, and it's fucking marvelous. Honestly, I'm going to give last week's episode 10 out of 10.
Right, I'm going to have to go at this point. I'm going to have to go. My boss has just texted me and asked me to fucking go back to work. So I'm going to have to go back to work now, and I'm livid. I'm fucking pissed off with this. Sorry, mate. This is really fucking pissed me off. I'm now getting off the call. I'm going to have to go. Give me a second. Just a minute. All right, shall I? Sorry, this is. Sorry, everybody. This is really bad timing. We'll come back in a minute. All right. And we're back. Sorry about that. We had all sorts of things. This is now part 2. I've had a lot of stuff going on, but it's fine. We're all back. And Martin has very kindly come back for the second part of the recording with me. And before we go into our focus of the week, I had to ask Martin. I've already had a very quick observation of this. Star Trek Section 31. It's just been news.
Fuck off. Just fuck off, right? Fuck off.
What's wrong with it?
Just stop now, right? Just.
Oh, mate, I didn't do this. I didn't create this. I didn't create it.
I'm not blaming you, but I knew you'd bring this up.
I had to.
And Starfleet fucking Beverly Hills 9250.
I know 250. Yeah.
For fuck's sake. They don't learn. Look, I'm not being like one of them YouTubers. They learn nothing, do they? They learn nothing.
Kurtzman was determined to get this Section 31. He was determined to get it.
I thought they got rid of him. I thought he was off the old fucking projects of it all.
No, he's still the big, and he hasn't got a clue. He hasn't got a fucking clue.
I saw Sidetrack. I didn't watch his video. I watched your thing with him of the week. When I got in, I caught about 15 minutes of it. But I managed to glimpse a couple of minutes of his video. I saw it popped up on my TV.
Right.
Section 31. I was like, you what?
Yeah, I know. I talked to Jay about it yesterday, and he's really.
Well, how does he feel about it?
He's actually quite positive about it. Actually, I think in his defence, I think that a TV movie, just a one-off, has got a much more positive vibe than a full season with it plodding on. And from what I understand, Kurtzman wanted a full season, maybe like one of those sort of like short series, like a one-off,
a mini series.
Yeah, like a mini series, and but he's got a TV movie, and I think it's because that's the only way he's managed to persuade Michelle Yeoh, because now she's the Academy Award winner thing, for her to come back just for a TV movie. So I mean, we don't know anything about it. We don't know when it's set. We don't know when it's set.
She'll end up being the one that created Section 31. There'll be some time loop, and it all came from her. No, they'll do that. She'll be like the one that she'll get transported back, and it'll be set during Archer's time, and she'll be the one that created it.
So the original Federation. Well, no, actually, in Archer's time, we did see Section 31 already, but we know it was part of the Starfleet Charter.
It's in the way of the bureaucracy.
Yeah, but
It's
I've never
You've got
liked
to dig for it.
Section 31 in the Rick Berman era was really worked. Everything since then, it's not right. It doesn't. It's not right.
I'm not. Look, I'm a big fan of Section 31. I really am. I love Sloan and all that.
Me too.
You know, the whole organisation.
Hmm.
The thing is, I think they're great as protagonists in a story.
I don't
really
the
don't think they
idea
work.
of the main focus of a show on them. I mean, what will that entail? I don't see. I mean, I'll give it a go.
Starfleet 007.
Maybe.
Starfleet 007.
Yeah, you never
With his
know.
ejector seat shuttle. I mean, come on. Do you know what I mean? And he's got a boss. And she's a hard ass. Do you know what I mean? And we've got like a bot this sleeping his way across the galaxy or whatever, you know, like.
Well, it'd be focusing on her, won't she? I mean, I don't.
All right, yeah. Well, they might bring in like she might have a partner. No doubt she'll have like a 007 type partner.
No, it'd be a mirror 007, wouldn't it?
Well, it would be, yeah.
I suppose. I mean, is she still in our universe, or did she go
I
back
thought
to the
she
middle?
wanted to go back and be fucking Emperor Terran. What's she want to be running about being a secret agent for? Doesn't she want to go back and get her empire back?
Or the last we saw is she actually went through the Guardian of Forever
Oh,
back in time, but I don't know where, or it didn't specify, did it? She just disappeared. I don't know. I don't really know.
I mean, I barely forgave them for that.
Well, if we don't get a Star Trek Legacy series after all this shit, I'm going to be fucked off.
Well, I mean, I can't understand it. You say I really can't understand it because, look, I've loved this series of Picard. I think it's been the best Star Trek I've seen in 20 years.
Me too. Absolutely.
Since
100%.
then,
100%. 100%.
You know, and like discovered it. We've gone over it. Some of it I didn't mind, but most of it I put down the toilet. But why? It's like they create this formula. They've got this guy who's a genius who knows the fan base so well, and he knows what people want. And then they're going off on all these half-assed ideas.
I think
Starfleet Academy.
No, I think look. Terry Metalis is just too good at what he's done. They've got to have him back in a sequel in the 25th century. They have to. Well,
I read an article the other day that Picard's the most streamed program out there at the moment.
Oh, it's taking off like anything. And after last episode, I mean, can you blame it? Internet Movie Database. It had a rating of 9. It had 9.5 on the Internet Movie Database.
Surely, I mean, the thing is, when you've had a success, you build on the success.
Well,
that's what you
Paramount
do.
will be seeing that, and it's so critically acclaimed.
Well,
it's got to. But the only thing is, Terry. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I hate the fact that we don't know. We might be getting an announcement at the end of Picard season 3. There is an end.
Well, they killed him off, didn't they, last week? So he's not coming back.
No, I know, and I was sad about that because that actor,
Now we're gutted.
Captain Shaw, was brilliant. I don't know. Anyway, look, that's all. Very quickly before we go into our focus, Mandalorian. Are you indifferent to it? Enjoying it? Did you?
I thought, is it the final episode today?
Yeah, final one is today. Yeah, released today, as of recording.
Oh right, right. It'd be great if it appeared by magic. Like
it's only 38 minutes long. It's quite short actually, but it's called The Return. That's the name of it, by the way.
It's gonna be a big one this today.
I think it's gonna be Thrawn.
It's gonna be no.
It's gonna be Thrawn.
It's gonna be a big.
The Return. It must be Thrawn. It must be Thrawn. Because
it's Ahsoka.
Oh, you think it's Ahsoka that's returning?
I think I read she's in this series. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
they're gonna open this up to Thrawn, aren't they?
Oh, I thought The Return
makes sense for her.
I think no, because she's already featured in the series. I think it's Thrawn. I think the Return is Thrawn.
Right. Well, I don't want Luke Skywalker coming back with.
No, he won't come back again. Why would he come back again like he did the last
Well,
season?
I don't know. They're getting into this.
Deep
We
fake
don't
stuff.
have to pay the actor now. We can just get a face in. You know what I mean? Yeah. Well, they are, aren't they? I mean, I've noticed this is coming into it now, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the future of actually this stuff.
I mean,
bringing back.
would you be happy if they brought TNG back and they had them, but they all changed the faces back to what they were?
I'd watch it. I'd watch it
yeah.
because they can even
Yeah,
AI the
would,
voices now. I mean, they should have actually done something with Patrick Stewart's voice because it's very deteriorated in his speech. It's not his fault, but you know, I think they might have been able to do something with his voice because it
sounds very northern now as well. Have you noticed that? It sounds quite northern, don't they?
And also Picard it strikes me more as being more like Patrick Stewart than being Picard.
Yeah, it does.
It's kind of like the Patrick Stewart, the Picard isms have slowly changed to what Patrick Stewart is, I think.
Well, it's French.
Yeah. Anyway, look, let's start. We're going to say next week we're going to review Picard. Jay from Sci Trek wants to be involved as well, so we're going to.
I've been reading Trek fan. I hope you're all right, mate.
And if Trek fan could come along, I will send him an invite.
He's put on his Facebook. He went. There was some kind of like medical. I don't want to, but I hope he's okay. All right. Test. You know, okay. I did send him a message about it a couple of weeks ago. I hope he's all right.
All right. Well, like I said, if he can't make it, we understand. That's a shame, but
I can't do Wednesdays.
Well, actually, I mean, he was talking about maybe Monday or Tuesday night or something. I know you don't like Mondays.
Oh, that's fun. That's fun.
Okay, is that all right? I know that it's just a one-off because it'll work out best for us. But we'll talk about that off air. We'll talk about that later on. Right. So we go into our focus of the week.
Do we have to?
You chose it. You got me to watch it.
Oh, go on, then. I know, Dane. I'm so. You've made me so proud that you watched it.
There we go. You see, I've dedicated the podcast.
And I have another challenge for you after this. I have another challenge for you to watch something after this.
All right.
I want to get you into this weird shit, man, because children. What you're going to introduce now is a stroke of pure genius.
Right, well, let's go into the jingle and get your perspective. Here we go.
It's the Solar Sci-Fi Focus of the Week.
Right.
All right then, Martin. So, children getting stoned. Oh, sorry, Children of the Stones. What did you think about it? Tell me about it. How did you hear about it? And I'll get you my perspective. Tell me about it. Apart from them saying,
I discovered Children of the Stones. I was about 8. And
it's a ITV series.
It was ITV. It was on Sunday. Remember on the Sunday ITV show, like an half an hour serial.
They used to like Bullseye.
The Bullseye were probably on after. I remember.
You can't be a bit of
Sale of the Sale of the Century, live from Norwich. Cue the music.
I know. Terrible.
Oh, and you win a boat and you live in a flat.
Yeah.
That were prize of the week, wasn't it? A boat.
Oh, come on. We all like Bullseye. Bullseye was a classic.
Yeah, but
British TV in the early 80s on Sunday afternoons. It was great.
Well, it was, but what if you'd have lived on 8th floor and you won the boat? What are you going to do with it?
Well, it would have been good where I'm living now. It would have been perfect for me.
Yeah, well, that'd have been great. Yeah.
Oh, can you imagine that? Yeah, okay. Let me tell you what you could have won. Sorry, for people who haven't from outside the UK, Bullseye was a quiz show in the 80s which was predominantly focused on darts. And you had to get like in the red and in the all sorts of stuff to win prizes. It was the cheesiest show ever, but it was gold. It was great. I loved it.
Yeah, it was.
Anyway,
it's part of.
But we're not focusing on Bullseye. Exactly.
We're just going on about that time. That's so. Right. Anyway, back to the Children of the Stones. I saw it as a kid. And it used to terrify me. It terrified me. It freaked me out. And it was the intro on the Stones, the music. It terrified
quite creepy,
me.
Yeah, quite creepy.
Yeah, I know we got Blake from Blake 7. He was like the
Yeah, I
hero
liked
on
him.
the
He was
stunt.
good. He was good.
He plays the physicist,
Yeah.
and the village is in a time bubble. It's constantly on a repeat with different outcomes, and it has to be broken. And they drive into the village, and there's things. Everybody's right nice. Things that like strange things are happening. Like when they try to leave the village, they see a stone move across the road, and then it's a woman. And rest of it, and the guy who's like the lord of the manor, he's a scientist, and there's this energy, it's genius from the firing energy from Earth into
From
a black
planetary.
hole,
Yeah, that's it.
or something, and they want this energy to get out of this bubble, these stones to make it global, I think to take over or make the world into make them all like them. And it like, but the power, there's something else keeps the power in there as well. And then after each event, it resets. And I thought the ending was genius, but it terrified me when, it really freaked me out when they were in the house and they're all holding hands, singing outside the whole village. It reminded me of a horror film.
It was like a ritual where. But it was a form of mind control, though, wasn't it? It was. But who was controlled? Was it controlled by a sort of alien entity, or how? In what way were they being controlled? I was a bit unsure.
It was. Did you see the picture that was prominent of the two people running from the stones with the energy?
Oh yeah, the one.
There was
the painting,
place.
like a painting.
Well, that picture. That's your MacGuffin, your Easter egg. Because when they ran to that cave, that energy has no power there. But it's been going on since the beginning with these druids. And the village is a place of great psychic power. And it has something to do with this alignment of stars. But it makes everybody docile.
And they also happy day, don't they?
Yeah.
Happy day.
Yeah. And I think I assume him, the Lord of the Manor, he's like a druid, but a scientist as well, because he had computers.
So he had a mixed sort of background.
Yeah, because when the woman and her daughter went to the house, and he turned round in the chair because the white light affects your mind.
Right.
And it turned them. And I think they wanted to break the cycle because it was time runs differently to the outside world. It's not a different time zone.
But all right, so let me ask you this: for when the show ended and they got out of the time zone, they were still back in regular time. They hadn't like jumped forward.
Well, when they got out, but it was beginning again. In came the Lord of the Manor, him.
So was it the perception in the time thing which seemed longer? So when they left, was it like they'd just gone in from the first time, then experienced the whole thing? I assume so. Yeah. I was a bit unsure about some things. I was a bit unclear about.
This is why it's so bloody clever, is this thing, because it is about domination, using that power to take over the world and make everybody like that. But the energies, for some reason, it's trapped within a time loop and it keeps repeating itself. I assume that's tied to the star or the black hole, wherever the energy's going.
Right.
But there's different outcomes every time, but they never break the cycle. There's different outcomes. Now, I think we're driving in. When you see him, Lord of the Manor, driving back in, I think it's resetting himself. I think he has memories of what happened before, and he's got to undo the cycle, and it's just not happening.
Right. Okay.
I mean, this thing is very.
Because I was slightly confused. I was slightly confused with some of it because, like I said, when people have this ritual and this light comes down, and they come out, and they just feel that they're just more docile. They're more kind of.
Well, that's.
Was it like a form of mind control, so that they would?
Well, I think that's what he wanted to do. I think he had this. I think even the druid, they wanted to past with the druids, because you see them two people on that picture. That picture crew where you see the people all stood in a circle, in a stone circle, and they're all stood there, and there's that man and fella and the dad and the child running to that safe place.
Right.
Well, now the question. I mean, there's more questions than answers because all them stones are people. Most of them.
Because we
stones.
saw some people turning to stones later on in the show, didn't we?
So, but there's people going back that are trapped, and for some reason the energy can't get out.
So, were the stones then that we saw from previous loops as people?
I assume they were different generations of people.
Yeah, that's
but
what I was wondering,
this thing is playing out all the time. It's different outcomes all the time, but they never get it. They fail. And and Immu's the Lord of the Manor, from what I could work out, he's trapped. You might try and alter the outcome numerous times, but it's still going to be the same thing, you know. And when they did more damage to it, because when they were all outside singing, like chanting, it's when they touched the circle. They broke the circle, and that it reset everything.
That's what reset. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so it begins again. Now, from what I found out, there is a sequel to this.
I take it wasn't actually filmed; it was a book form. Was it?
There's a book. I've been trying to get hold of the book for quite a few years. I know it exists, but I can't find it.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, I've been all over internet. Apparently, it does that. The Return to the Stones. It's meant to be very good. And it gives you more of an in-depth thing of what's going on.
Like I said, I'd never heard of this series. To be honest, I need to see it again because there were some elements I was slightly confused.
It's worth watching again.
Yeah.
It's
sometimes you watch something.
A couple of times.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes you need to watch something to properly assimilate what it's all about and understand where it's coming from. And the second time round, that's a good sign because I was slightly confused about it, but you've all explained some of the elements about it.
Yeah, one of my mates, he's a big fan of it, and he's watched it several times. And he says, you know, it's so clever. There's still more questions than answers. You get so much, but it is very clever writing. And to do this to make that into a children's series as a kid, when I watched that, I think. Most kids, I read when I uploaded it on my channel, like, I had a lot of comments where, you know, this really freaked me out as a kid. But it has a massive cult following. A lot of people.
I don't know why. Now I think about it, I think Children of the Stones. Yeah, it wasn't familiar, but now I'm thinking back. Then I probably have heard of it at some point, but I never really focused it until you told me about it. So. Yeah, I think it was
it's like it's weird. It's weird. It's like a horror film. Like you could imagine, like you could have this where you've ended up in a town and it's full of like satanic devil worshippers or whatever. You could have easily gone down that path.
It had a Doctor Who vibe to it, actually. Slightly.
That's what I mean as well. Also, I was just about to say that it
Stones of Blood, like the Stones of Blood.
Yeah,
from Doctor Who.
Yeah, the Ogre and all.
You know, so there is some parallels there.
There is. It's very Doctor Who, and also you could imagine it being one of them 5-part of like horror things,
or like a hammer horror or something.
Yeah, there's something evil going on in this village, and they're all being punished as well because they're trying to undo it, and they're all chanting and all. I mean, you could take this thing anyway. That's what I liked about this because and this was meant to be a kids program.
It didn't strike me. When you told me that, when I'd watched it, I didn't know it was a kids program. It felt like just a traditional drama. It didn't focus on. It wasn't child based at all. It was just a good.
No, that's what I thought.
No, it didn't. It didn't show as a child.
See, when I've gone back to certain stuff I watched when I was younger, my attention span now is very sort of quite. It's only certain things I'll go back to, like Blake Seven or Doctor Who. I can watch that over and over again.
Yeah, me too.
But there's other stuff I just can't entertain from that sort of era. But when I go back to that, I watch this every couple of years. Still freaks me out now.
That's good.
Freaks me out, and I'm glad it does that.
Yeah,
because it's low budget.
Doesn't matter. It's
very classy.
Yeah,
and it also shows that you don't need special effects and millions of dollars.
It's about the writing. It's not the visual aspect. It's about and how it's acted. And
that's It's like Sapphire and Steel. You could imagine
Sapphire and Steel. Oh, I need to do. I need to check that out. I mean, I've got them all. I've not watched them all, but that's one we'll have to review.
But it's that sort of world.
The only thing about it is that every time they said "Happy Day," I always thought of Fonz saying like from Happy Days. I just thought of the Fonz for some reason.
Don't ruin it. Don't. Oh.
Hey.
What Fonzie and the Children of the Stones? Hey.
That's a bit. No, but it was good, and I'm glad it.
Bright light, he turns round. Fonzie's going.
Well, don't forget,
hey man, that was good.
Mork and Mindy. Mork from Ork was on a Happy Day, so it did have a science fiction connection. Oh, I'll get there. But listen, I'm glad you enjoyed it, and I did enjoy it. So thank you for recommending that one. We're getting low on Zoom, so we'll have to sort of like finish things off. So we always ask, what would you rate it out of 10 then?
I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. There's no messing about from me. 10 out of 10.
I will give it a 7.5, but that's only because I've only seen it once. I need to. No. I need to see it again.
All right. Okay.
I need to see it again, but I did like it, and it didn't feel like it was designed for a younger audience. It felt like a straightforward drama.
Yeah, I could say that at 9 o'clock on BBC Two.
Yeah, like Survivors or something. That sort of like you can see that.
Like The Nightmare Man.
Oh.
We were going about that one.
Did we rate that out? I think we rated it about 2.
We did. I remember that. I remember that.
Oh, this was better than
I
The
remember
Nightmare
it on BBC Two. Yeah.
Oh no, I still can't believe it.
I mean, you're thinking Day of the Triffids sort of level stuff.
Oh, well, Day of the Triffids is one of the best. Day of the Triffids. But this is good. But it's had a lot of sci-fi actors in it, a lot of Doctor Who actors in it, one or two Doctor Who actors I recognise in it. It was good. So thank you for that, and thank you for bringing it to my attention so we can review it. So on that note, we're going to wrap up now in a minute. So next week it's the big discussion of Star Trek Picard with Jay from Sci Trek. Looking forward to that with him. He's got lots to say about it, and I think it's going to be one of the most exciting shows we've done for a long time, because this is a big thing we've just been watching, I think that's going to get quite a high rating unless they mess it up with episode 10. So we'll have to see. So it could all go wrong. They could fuck it up for the last episode, and we're like, oh my god, that was so good, and then we got to episode 10. It's not going to happen. It's too good. Terry Metalis, I've got.
Well, yeah, they could. I mean, I don't think they are going to do that. I mean, we've got
complete faith.
Normally, when you've got past episode, if you can get through to 5, you're at the standard. 7 is where you're going to know it's shit. And we got the 7 was the filler, but when we got to 8 and 9, it paid off.
Oh yes, and we got the off.
There were no need really for filler episode, but.
I don't mind that. Every Star Trek seasons have filler episodes, and it's just the one. I could accept that.
It's been marvelous. We'll find out tomorrow.
Yeah, well, I can't wait to review it, and tomorrow I'm going to be avoiding all the spoilers until I watch it in the evening. That'll be annoying. I have to stay off YouTube. So let's hope it works out. Right, Master, thank you very much. We will be back next week with the big one. So we shall catch you next week on the Solar One Sci-Fi podcast. Live long and prosper.
Yes, live long and prosper.